Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report. So a short webinar where I will tell you what's going on the markets, both from the fundamental and technical point of view. And during that 30 minutes, I will do my best to show you decent trading occasions. And luckily, today we do have decent trading occasions on the market. Actually, on my live trading account, I have two positions open right now. They are already doing very well. I opened them yesterday. They are already stop loss is taken on break-even point. Both of them are on profits. So very technical situations right now on the markets. From the fundamental point of view, there's not much going on the market, to be honest with you, but let me show you the calendar first. So the main story today is Spain, right? Maybe not whole Spain, right? Because most probably we don't know yet. We will have we have a Catalan Parliament session, and most probably what will happen there, independence will be declared. We don't know. We have to wait for the situation to develop. What we know, most probably, that the Spanish police is ready to arrest Catalan president immediately if he declares independence in this regional parliament. So these are the rumors that if he will do that, he will be immediately arrested. Everything is everybody focused on that, but apart from that, we do have Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari. As you can see here, he's dovish. He will deliver opening remarks at a conference. So in 2 hours we will have a speech from him. Apart from that, API weekly crude oil stocks change, and that's pretty much it in terms of the macro calendar. Wednesday won't be better. On Wednesday, what we'll have is just FOMC minutes. So most probably for the first half of the day, we won't have anything interesting. Everybody will be waiting for the FOMC. FOMC later that day. In terms of the fundamentals, today I would say that Catalan situation is the most important right now. And apart from that, not much is going on. So I think it will be better if we just don't waste our time and switch our attention to the charts and switch our attention to the technical analysis. First, we'll start with this most popular pair on the market, so euro-dollar. And actually yesterday we wrote an analysis for euro-dollar. I guess it was for FX Street as far as I remember. And we said it was yesterday we were here, and in our view the sentiment was bullish. Why in our view the sentiment was bullish? Well, we do see an uptrend here. We may break the uptrend line, but it did not change the sentiment whatsoever. It was just a correction. Why it was just a correction? Why we think it was just a correction? Well, first of all, that was trend continuation pattern, a wedge, those blue lines, and also the price managed to retrace only 23.6. So actually 23.6%. That's a very flat correction. So this trend can be considered as very strong, and we bounced from this 23.6 with triple bottom formation. First one, second one, third one, triple bottom formation. we broke the neckline of the triple bottom formation. This triple bottom formation was confirmed by divergence on MACD, which I can now delete because I'm not the fan of indicators, but well, I do know how they work. So they confirmed this triple bottom formation. The price also broke this short-term horizontal resistance here, and that actually triggers a buy signal inside the wedge, so a short-term buy signal, because the potential target now in this pair is here, this yellow area, which is just 40 pips higher. The next target is the upper line of the flag, and breakout of the upper line of the flag should trigger a buy signal here on this instrument. So again, so far short-term buy signal after the breakout of the upper line of the flag, long-term buy signal. So sentiment is positive. As long as we stay above 23.6, the sentiment is definitely positive. Next one is American dollar to Mexican peso. Let me remind you the situation. We were seeing this formation here, and that was a good occasion to go for the stop order, so buy stop or sell stop. Why is that? First, let me show the bearish scenario here, which was left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder, and here that we had a potential for a head and shoulder formation. So there was a neckline, and you could place your sell stop order here. And about the bullish scenario, it was at the same time an ascending triangle pattern, so horizontal resistance and inclined support, which allowed to open a buy stop order here, panic order, which would open a long position once the price would break this resistance. And that's actually what happened. The price went significantly higher. It was on Thursday. On Friday this movement continued, on Monday as well. Today we have just a normal correction. So that was actually, I don't like panic orders because I don't like to be caught in a false breakout. I used to trade with panic orders before, but just because of those false breakouts, I abandoned that, and now for the past few years I'm using just instant execution. I'm not using pending orders, but in this way that would be a very nice idea to open a pending order here. But anyway, that's the history. What should happen now is the correction should continue, and most probably we will use this red line as the closest support. Maybe if you're not convinced with the price action here, it starts here, so we can use this as a closest support, and with the bullish price action here, the price should go up. Next one is Australian dollar to American dollar. That was an interesting situation because on Friday the price created a hammer. Well, technically it's not a hammer because the body is too long or the tail is too short, because well, typical hammer should be a small body on the bottom and the tail should be 3 times larger than the body. Here it is not, but it showed us that there was a demand here. Right? This demand worked at the very beginning, but it was later like crashed, as you can see here. But despite the fact that we don't have a beautiful hammer here, that's still a positive sign that the demand showed. And now the price is advancing higher, and in my opinion, well, yet we don't have a buy signal, but coming back above 38.2 and this horizontal resistance should be a good sign. Actually, we can adjust it to the latest situation here to make it more reliable. So once the price will break the 38 first this resistance and then 38.2, that will be a buy signal for Australian dollar to American dollar. Cable is advancing higher. Obviously, we do have this we do have those Brexit talks. Many rumors, right? We recently find out that the British government is preparing for hard Brexit. They created white papers showing what will happen in case of the hard Brexit. Well, I don't see why is that bad, because the government should be prepared for everything. If they would not make it, that would be kind of irresponsible. British pound is advancing higher. Maybe they are not respecting the latest Fibonacci's too much. Actually, we may have too much of those. So let me just delete this latest Fibonacci's, because those they respect 38.2 trend line here. So the sentiment on cable will be positive when we will break this upper line of the correction. Maybe blue, yes. And now I'm gonna show you those strong trading occasions. First one will be gold, which is behaving very well. Let me explain you why. Well, we spotted this yesterday. Yesterday I wrote an analysis. I guess euro dollar was for FX Street. So the gold was for investing.com, and we wrote that there is a bullish situation here. Why? First of all, that's what the trend is. Trend is bullish. The price created a flag pattern. Flag is a trend continuation. Flag or a wedge, it's not important. Those green lines, a flag or a wedge, that's a trend continuation pattern. So it is suggested that the trend will be continued, and it is. And this bounce here did not happen in a random place, because it's 38.2 of the long-term uptrend. It's 61.8 of this mid-term upswing, and it's also a correction equality pattern. This correction was the same, almost the same as this one. Here we do have a long tail. So actually a bounce from here and a breakout of the upper line of the flag formation created a buy signal. Then we broke 50, and now we are advancing higher. The first potential target is combination of 23.6 and 38.2, and I think that the price should get there soon. And this area is located on a psychological barrier of $1,300. So, well, we still have $10 there, and I think that chances that we'll get there are very, very high. That's my view on gold. Silver is not doing any worse. It's not far behind from gold. Although we broke the upper line of the channel, the lower line of the channel up formation, the sentiment is still positive. Why is that? Because we didn't even retrace 50% of that. And also the price created a wedge, which is a trend continuation pattern. So we broke the upper line of the wedge, which triggers a buy signal. Then we broke 38.2, which is also positive, but the most important thing here is a breakout of 16.8, and it's marked here with this gray color. This area was very important recently, as you can see here: resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and support here. Maybe here is not convincing, but it starts from here, from March. So 16.8 is very important for the price, and yes, we broke it. We broke that. Also, look at that. After the breakout, it was used as a support. So we can assume that this upswing is legitimate. right? This upswing looks sustainable, and it looks like we should be aiming higher in the next few days or even weeks. Another one is British pound to Japanese yen. Maybe you don't see a good trading opportunity now, but if we look on a daily chart, it emerges here. Why is that? Because, well, that was an ascending triangle. We broke the resistance, and now we're using that as a support. And that's not a random place, because it's also 38.2 of this upswing. That's also this support created from the top from December, May, and July. At first, there was no bullish price action here. As you can see, the price broke that support quite easily. But then they recovered, which makes this a false breakout. If you follow our reports, you know that we like false breakouts, because for us these are strong trading signals, actually strong trading signals to go into the opposite direction. So if we had a sell signal here, it's false, it's fake. So now the price came back above 38.2 and triggered a buy signal. Next one is WTI. I thought that there's gonna be a bigger drop here, but oil was stronger after comments from Barkindo stating that growth in US shale had slowed compared to the first half of 2017, and growth in global demand may show further upward revisions, which helped the supply here. And there was a channel up formation. There is still a channel up formation, and we bounced off the upper line of the channel up formation. The price created this head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder formation. We broke the neckline, and actually breakout of the neckline should trigger a sell signal aiming the lower line of the channel up formation. That would be very technical movement, and I would love to see that, but as you can see, the price chose otherwise. They don't want to go up. So if the price does not want to go up, it will probably go, if the price does not want to go down, it will probably go up. That's how the market works. Next one is dollar index. Dollar index created this triple top formation. I'm more than sure that it will be shown on MACD. Yes, we do have this divergence here on MACD. So that's a triple top formation. Also, we broke the support of this formation, so that triggers a sell signal. And that's also pretty important horizontal resistance. So again, not a random place for a reversal. Here, here. That's how the situation looks like. Sentiment is negative, so American dollar should be weaker, which should support gold. Now, DAX. Not much is going on. Volatility is really low after they reach those highs. Sentiment is definitely positive. Not much to add here. Let's see Bitcoin. So there is no more wedge here. After this, well, for some time, that could be considered as a bull trap. After that, we should have a bounce, which would be return to normal, and after that, we should see a reversal. But as you can see, the Bitcoin is going higher. We are close to all-time highs, very close to all-time highs, and with this sentiment, we should reach that soon. So those who bought after that dip happened, that was a great investment. Chapeau bas. So I take off my hat in front of you, those who bought here. American dollar to Swiss franc. After the breakout of the horizontal resistance, which is pretty clear, now we are using that as a support. And here that's an interesting situation, because for the buy signal, buyers need to defend that level. If the price will come back here, that will be a false breakout, and false breakout would be very dangerous for the buyers, because false breakout here can result with a very strong downswing here. British pound to Australian dollar, as I think they stopped here on this local support. Now the bigger chances are for a test of this orange area, and then a breakout and test of the upper line of the symmetric triangle. I told you that this situation here is a long term, so I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna patiently wait for the situation to develop. Patiently wait for the situation to develop. What will happen? Because breakout of the upper line here should trigger a buy signal, breakout of the lower line here should trigger a sell signal. American dollar to Polish zloty, my currency, so that was a pennant. Pennant resulted with a false breakout here, or that was an ascending triangle, which resulted with a breakout of the support, not the resistance. Anyway, the sentiment is negative. We are coming back to the downtrend, and the aim is 351. Next one is Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, which in the long term we're having this symmetric triangle formation. So again, and that creates an occasion for a long-term investment here, but not now. It will take some time. American dollar to Russian ruble, there was a false breakout from the flag, the price advanced higher, now they are coming back again. So there was this movement from this false breakout, now this movement is gone, but it's an H4 chart, so we could use that. 38.2 was defended, so now our eyes are on the lower line of the flag again. A breakout here should trigger a sell signal. British pound to Swiss franc, that's a good one. Oh, more or less similar to British pound to Japanese yen, because here we also have this trend continuation pattern, which is marked here with green lines, and that's a wedge. And so the price breaks the upper line of the wedge, comes back above 38.2, comes back above 38.2, then breaks the upper line of the wedge, and that triggers a buy signal here. We spotted the sell signal here. It's gone now, so there was a chance to enter with a short position here. The price declined nicely. Actually, we traded that as well. Now the price is going up. American dollar to Canadian dollar, what we have here is a beautiful flag. Seems like the flag has ended, and the flag has ended with a sell signal because the price is breaking the lower line of the flag, and currently the biggest chances for a downswing. But don't look at the Fibonacci's too much, because there is a, so I can actually delete those Fibonacci's if there is no reason to use them if they are not respected. But what is respected is this level here, 124.30, and that actually can be a strong support for the buyers, right? Let me change the color of that it won't confuse you with the flag. Okay, after the breakout of the lower line of the flag, the sentiment on American dollar to Canadian dollar is positive, and the potential target here is the blue horizontal line. Okay, that's the situation on American dollar to American dollar to Canadian dollar. Now let's look again. Euro dollar, positive sentiment. American dollar to Mexican peso, short-term negative, long-term positive. Australian dollar to American dollar. So far, well, after the breakout of the orange area, there will be a buy signal. Cable, after the breakout of this blue line, there will be a buy signal. Gold, buy signal is already there. Silver, buy signal is already there. British pound to Japanese yen, breakout of the upper black line should trigger a buy signal. WTI, no signal for me. Dollar index, sell signal. DAX, no signal for me, but extremely positive sentiment. Bitcoin, no signal for me. American dollar to Swiss franc, potentially a nice false breakout pattern here. So potentially a nice bearish reversal, but no signal yet. Here there will be no signal for a long time, but once the signal will emerge on this daily chart, that will be a good one. So be patient. Sell signal on American dollar to Polish zloty, Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. Also we're waiting for a long-term signal. American dollar to Russian ruble, sell signal. British pound to Swiss franc, buy signal, and American dollar to Canadian dollar, sell signal. So this is I told you that we do have quite a lot setups on the market, quite good setups. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, guys, the daily analytical report. Now we'll have a short break, and after that we'll have a educational webinar. I hope I will all see you there. And remember that it would be nice if you followed us on our website alpari.news and our Twitter account alpari